Okay, here's back 7:29 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Thursday, September 3rd. Here we are pulling up Tierra del Sol, California. It's a little bit northeast of San Diego. Here we have a nice shot of the moon and the Nibiru sun being projected out here. Looks quite round there. Getting a nice image from the reflection off the moon. Notice the debris field around the moon. We have clear skies out here, guys. And here it is ghosting through the horizontal spread image in the traditional winged planet fashion that the ancient Sumerians recorded at its last passing some 3,657 years ago. You can see it's changing in appearance. You can see some objects in there moving around. Anyway, let's go to the single column. Okay, the moon shot hasn't come up yet, so we can compare, but as you noticed from the previous vid, Trenton, Maine, and you can go pull it up yourself, clearly the Nibiru sun's showing up closer to the moon than it is to the sun now from those images. This here would be it. That's the Nibiru sun. You'd have to go back and look at some of my earlier all sky cam vids, but not 100% positive, but judging by some images taken down there by Cancun of a sunrise, there was clearly two objects coming up prior to dawn. This sun was really not even up yet, but we had a big sunrise from the toward the southeast from the Cancun shot. And I maintain that that's the Nibiru sun. It's showing a little higher now above the horizon than it had been previously. So when I first started taking these all sky cam videos back on August 20th, Wilton, New York, a little after dawn. Here's the purple sky showing up. Wipe this all out. Keep in mind these are Sony Super HAD CC2 extremely sensitive video cameras. Pick up everything in the 400 to 700 nanometer range, which is the full color spectrum. And they're seeing things that we can't see, like for instance the purple sky and the debris field that we've been catching around the sun and around the moon. Not necessarily right around those two objects, but being illuminated by the sun and being illuminated by the moon. Because keep in mind, the Nibiru sun's coming. The Nibiru sun's coming directly from in front of the sun and heading toward Earth. We're in the headlights, as it were. Here's Lozano, Texas Observatory, Spring Branch, Lozano rather. Here's the moon being lit up by that false dawn I was talking about, and clearly illustrated from day one in these all sky cam vids. And we got a picture of it here, ghosting across the fisheye lens. Nothing showing up here. And a single column. Really can't get a clear shot. That looks like it there. That being the moon. See if we can find it up here near the sun. Nope, it's obscured by clouds. But you can see that purple hue to the sky. It's kind of showing up here now. Here's Grumpy Moose Observatory near Anchorage. Tried to figure it out, but I'm assuming this is Anchorage over here. I don't think it has anything to do with a celestial object. Could be wrong. It's getting lit pretty well right now. but I still think that's probably Anchorage. But I pulled this up. You see these magnetic field lines? Man, this is incredible how strong they are. Let me blow it up. I don't even have to blow it up to 300% anymore. Look at them. Unbelievable. That's the Earth's magnetosphere trying to repel this incoming brown dwarf star, which has a huge magnetic field. It's a star, folks. It's a sun, and it's coming our way. It's at least 4 times the mass of Jupiter, if not larger. I've seen reports that it could be even much larger, but even with the conservative estimate like that, I don't know how much longer Earth can hold it off as far as us starting to crack up. And of course, that's the beginning of the 6th seal in Revelation chapter 6, verses 12 through 17. Starts out with a great earthquake. Then the sun and the moon go dark and blood red, respectively. And then the sky's rolled up like a scroll, which to me that would describe a pole shift where the earth actually rolls, a geological pole shift. Figure if the earth rolls over, you're looking at the sky, it's going to look like it's being rolled up. Here's the single column. Looks like we might have had some aurora action up there yesterday. That's just a reflection of the mountain. I mean, go into the All Sky Cam website yourself. You can see these are much stronger than they have been. Okay, here we are in the Cambridge, Mass. All Sky webcam camera. A little bit after sunrise. You can see the here's a good image of the orange ball. We're still picking it up, ghosting through. As you can see, it's rotating south to north in this picture. Well, at an angle, really. It would be south southeast to north northwest. And I maintain that's the 30-degree angle it came up from the ecliptic. As this fisheye lens is going to distort exactly the position of this roll. So I maintain this is going retrograde to our sun. So you got to flip it over a little bit more, another 60 degrees. And it's going retrograde to our sun. If you'll notice the debris fields, they're in a retrograde revolution, it would appear, because the sun's going around this way and the planets. And we got the debris field coming around this way in some of the shots. Haven't caught it real good today, but yesterday we caught it. I caught it very well, I thought. See the spot? You can see it's moving. That's not our sun, folks. That's a projected image of the Nibiru sun somehow being picked up by this fisheye lens. Here's Santiago, Chile, showing quite the purple sky here. I don't know what this is up here. And I don't know why the sky's purple, quite honestly, but obviously it has something to do with this incoming Nibiru sun mini solar system. If you look closely on here, well, you can pull up any all sky cam image. If you look closely, you'll see magnetic field lines, and you'll see purple skies on all of them, to be sure. Here's Minneapolis, Minnesota, just before dawn. See the sky starting to brighten, looking purple. You'll see it somewhere, whether it's in the single summary of the day, single column image, if it's cloudy up here. But every sky cam that I've noticed, which you could actually see the sky, it's been purple for the last 2 days. There's Pontotoc, Texas. Here's that false dawn. See how it flashes out? So sun's being reflected off the Nibiru sun at a certain angle, and then the sky goes back to normal. This is all pre-dawn here. Here it is ghosting across the screen here, and here's the other image ghosting this way. Well, we weren't catching the double ghost shots before, except for that one where I showed you that weird banana shape coming down. I believe it was in the first video this morning. But you can see the sky's clear, and when it flashes out, we got the debris field. See how it seems to be going this way? And this one's looking pretty spread out. It's hard to pick up the revolution. There's a better shot of it there, picking up a debris field. Those aren't stars, guys, because stars don't move that quickly. Okay, here we go. Single column summary of the day image. Picking it up nicely here. Whoa. Here it is in relative to the sun. Yesterday, a little before 1 o'clock. Here it is relative to the moon. Woo, around 5 a.m. That's pretty good discrepancy, I would say. Let me, I don't have my tape measure, but you can see that's a good 1/8 of an inch anyway, that it's moved since yesterday, because these things were equidistant. But I don't think we caught it on this one. So let's find one that we caught it on actually yesterday. Look for the ones in Brazil. Here's that real pretty one. Got a nice panoramic view in Overgard, Arizona. You can see it ghosting across up here. Here's that panorama that I find to be quite beautiful. Anyway, the moon's illuminating everything. The skies look eerie though. I don't know about you. Here it is ghosting across here. Not a real good single column image, but you see what I'm talking about? You're going to see this purple everywhere you look. Okay, here's Brazil. Now, keep in mind this is in the southern hemisphere, so the object appears below the sun and the moon. And for some reason these distances are inverted. But anyway, yesterday they were about equal, as I showed. And you actually have to flip these distances. So in other words, this would actually reflect the distance between the sun and the moon, or the Nibiru's sun and the sun, and Nibiru's sun and the moon relative to the northern hemisphere. For some reason these distances are inverted, because clearly it's coming toward the earth. It's not going away. So I mean, but I can't explain why these distances are seem to be reversed for some reason when you get to the southern hemisphere. Okay, here's Naples, Italy. You can see it ghosting through up here. Reprojection or lens flare, whatever you want to call it. There's the winged disc. But here's the retrograde motion I was talking about. This is like every 5 minutes. See how there's the sun. See how the debris field appears to be moving retrograde? So it's a little after 1 going on 2 o'clock there. You can see it down here as well. That's the Nibiru's sun's debris field, which has to be huge that it's pulling along with. And then that takes you to another part of Revelation 6:12 through 17, where the earth's going to be pelted like with figs dropping from a fig tree in the wind. Here's Little Rock. I'm running out of time, but false dawn produces this image. Some kind of a debris field, looks like, picking up out there in space toward somewhere near the moon. And here's a good single column image. You can see it's further from the sun now than it is from the moon. See what I mean? Northern hemisphere to southern hemisphere. Get that different look. Like 15 seconds left here. Thought I'd show you the earthquake 3D model again. This is 2 days of earthquakes. 2.5 or better, reported by the USGA anyway, picked up by this Earthquake 3D. It's a free download. Check it out.